academic institution intersection. So I believe that people from multiple countries can benefit from this being built at Newton too. But also I'd like all of you to see that the types of problems and the types of use cases you are most likely to look at in your managerial positions with the application of AI and Gen AI are likely to be quite similar, and there is a lot of inspiration you can draw from one another. The problems across the industries for the AI are really quite close to each other, be it the prediction of some things that are about to happen, be it looking at the different patterns and interrelations between the different types of information, between different types of data, or working with for creating new texts, images, automating your back-end office processes, administrative processes. It's really a massive playfield where you can definitely learn and be inspired from each other. And then most importantly, stay as a very closed MBA-related community of practice, of knowledge, meeting with your peers, not only throughout the program, but also after it to share the insights on how is your implementation going, what are the challenges in integration, and how have others overcome it too. So I honestly believe that the community that will be built throughout the course is almost as valuable as the course itself. Due to this nature, the course is offered in hybrid mode, meaning there will be some of the weekend sessions where we will require your presence on site because it would be very difficult to go through some of the workshops being online and the value would just not be there. And at the same time, quite a big chunk of things is going to be taught in an online mode, meaning you would be able to choose if you're based in Prague or in Czech Republic and you'd like to come to the lecture, you will be very welcome to do so, but you would also be able to just plug in remotely and do it in the way that works best for you. Right? In terms of the organizational format, I think those are the most important pillars, and we can definitely discuss more at the end. Now, the program itself consists of the combination of core modules and specialization modules. That's the things that are already a part of your program. You don't really get to choose. They are a fixed part of the program, but the differentiation is there because the core modules are connected to the MBA managerial expertise, and specialization modules are connected to the topic of AI in business. There are 2 management trainings, which are interactive experiences for you to practice the managerial skills that you learned in unusual and challenging settings. These are the trainings you would be able to choose from depending on the time, the type, and your presence, either online or offline. And there is a final project, which is going to be interactive, which is going to serve as the foundation, not only for your thesis work, which will summarize the outcomes of the project, but also it will serve as a foundation for your own AI project designed for your specific company or your specific goals that you'll be able to take home with you after the completion of this MBA and start working on making it happen. Now, the core modules from the managerial side are covering a very broad range of topics, starting from the foundations and building up to the more interactive and new topics. You will be going through the managerial management trends and theoretical foundations. You learn how to manage in times of crisis, what the crisis management is. You'll be spending your time thinking and talking about marketing and brand management, how to make your brand, your company stand out. And within that framework, we'll also obviously be discussing how AI, new Gen AI tools can be a big helper for the marketing. You will have the subjects connected to strategic thinking and management, leadership skills, management and coaching, but also from the other side of things, there will be law and ethics for managers, which is obviously also going to be a topic tackling the regulations and the ethical questions around the use of AI in business and providing you with a guidance on how to make sure that you are not forgetting any of those things when you're working on implementing your project. Finally, there will be an introductory module on the analysis for managerial decision-making, which will then be smoothly followed up by the specialization modules, where you'll be looking at not just at the introduction to data and analysis, but also to looking into IT business analysis, which is the foundation to implementing any technology, really. This subject is connected to mapping out and defining different processes and seeing which parts of those could be optimized and in which way. We are going to take a deeper dive into all of those specialization models connected to AI now, because that's why I'm here, and then we'll take a look at the final project. But before doing so, I just wanted to highlight that none of that would be possible without the experienced lecturers that are all coming from the practical background, from the business side of things. Given the dynamic nature of the field of AI and even more dynamic nature of trial and error of implementing it in business and the learnings coming from it, I thought it is very important not to have the theoretical background for this only, but also the practical experience of working and sweating it in the field, as well as teaching others how to do it. So I'll be accompanied by wonderful lecturers coming from the IT sector, having experience with teaching and introducing those subjects. For example, for the subjects connected to the deployment and applications of AI, we'll have wonderful Michal Ambler, who has spent almost 10 years in a consulting company in EY, working with different industrial customers on AI application projects. So I really think that's the biggest accumulation of knowledge you can possibly tap. For the subjects connected to the practical tools, we will be looking at the masters of working with those tools in specific areas. And for the introductory subjects on machine learning and data science, we'll be working with a researcher coming from Leuven University and working as a senior research scientist at Monster. Now, IT business analysis is a subject that I touched upon really briefly already. This will be the foundation for your expertise in AI. You'll be looking at different business processes, being able to break them down to smaller pieces, understanding how to map and how to optimize your processes without the help of technology yet, and then see what type of technology is most suitable for each of those processes. If you actually do need AI, or if a simple software automation is something that could do the trick. Working with customer requirements, learning to create documentation or, well, to curate documentation connected to the IT project is something that you'll be able to understand in this module a bit deeper, alongside with using AI tools for requirements gathering and for data analysis. Then towards the introduction to machine learning and AI for managers, as I mentioned, this is going not to be a coding subject unless you really wanted to. This is a subject which will build your foundational understanding of AI and machine learning in particular. This is where you will be looking into how applied AI works, how machine learning what machine learning actually is, right? And how do the neural networks work, what deep learning is, and basically breaking down the theory, which will be important for you to be able to better understand what is this technology capable and not capable of, not to have unrealistic expectations about AI being the magic wand for every sort of the problem, because that really isn't the case. When it comes to the next step, it's AI deployment in business environment. As I mentioned, this will be based on almost a decade of cumulative and joint expertise coming from our region and the practical project. This will be about doing things connected to your AI projects after you've left the ideation phase. Yeah, after you know what are you going to do, what you want to do, how to make it happen, and how to predict the tricks and difficulties that are coming your way later on. This will be about building business cases, deciding on what is the best development approach for each case. If you want to build some things in-house, if you want to find an external contractor for your AI development, or if you just want to find a suitable tool that's been developed for someone else already. Basically choosing the right approach, learning on what mistakes to avoid, and specifically looking into how to work with AI and AI models using your own company data. AI can be very useful not only in the business project framework, but also for your personal productivity, for you becoming a better manager, not only with the MBA foundations, but also with the AI tools. And in the subject Practical AI Tools for Personal Productivity, we'll be looking at the practical AI applications for your daily operations. for marketing creativity, for sales effectiveness, looking at the trends in those tools, and seeing how for your particular and personal business functions those tools could work. This is obviously a very dynamic landscape, so what we can guarantee in this subject is that this information will be very up to date, because by the time we get to that subject, it's highly likely that some of the new interesting tools will be coming up. So we'll do the monitoring work for you. The goal of this subject is not just to improve your managerial experience, but also to learn to streamline workflows, automate processes mostly connected to sales and marketing, and just become a more creative person, a more creative leader. In case you are working in a bigger corporate company, or you are deciding to start your own company and a startup, and you need to talk to investors, to your potential clients, you need a specific set of skills for that too. And I strongly believe that an important competence in being able to lead and execute an AI project is being able to pitch an AI project and to perform the tech communication connected to your idea. So to be able to explain it not only to your peers in class, not only to your technical development team, which is something we'll cover in the previous chapters, but also to your stakeholders, which might not necessarily speak the AI language just yet. So in a rather interactive module on tech communication and presentation skills, which will be one of the modules for which we'll like to see you here on site, you will be learning how to structure and how to deliver public presentations connected to your AI project, what to highlight, what to omit, how to make sure that the vocabulary fits the expectation, how to focus on technical and business settings, and how to transform your data into interesting insights. This module will be executed by a communication agency that's been working for a long time with the tech founders and high-level tech specialists and preparing them for the technical conferences and their talks there. So the background is going to be quite specialized, and I promise the subject is going to be very interesting for you. Now, when it comes to the managerial training, there is a foundational training coming from the Newton MBA expertise, which is called Extreme Management Training, which is building your resilience, adaptability, putting you in rather unusual high-stress simulations out of the classroom, out of the university, and teaching you to lead confidently in chaos, which is something you'll learn a little bit more about from Newton University. When it comes to the more flexible hybrid options of having a management training, there will be an option of an RPG managerial training, which I briefly mentioned in the beginning, I guess. It will be about role-playing to build your managerial skills, which will be about actually applying the leadership frameworks and managerial frameworks for better communication in an interesting and fun environment of playing online role games. Because, well, let's face it, this is one of the most interesting sandbox environments to test new things without actually having to leave your room. It's fun, it's interactive, and it can be very practically useful when applied to the business strategies. Now, all of the competences, all of the skills that you've acquired in the previous subjects will be leading you to the culmination, to the final project, which will be kicked off as a mini hackathon to make it quick, fast, and rather interactive. You will be working on proposing AI application use cases. You'll be working in small teams, integrating the knowledge from the previous modules. The goal would be to create an AI project outline, strategy, rough timeline, and pitch. You'll be working with the external specialists and advisors who will be happy to help you. And the goal at the end will be to have the strategy and to be able to pitch it and receive feedback from the professionals. After you've done that, you have the solid foundation of writing it up for your final work, and also for us to be able to judge that you did some of that work and got some of the experience in person, rather than just using generative AI tool to write down your thesis work, which is definitely not something we would like to tackle within this program, right? But so the goal of the hackathon is not just to lay the foundation for this final project, but also to make you practice what you learned in a pressure in terms of time, in terms of interactions externally, but also to have fun and to walk away with this practical strategy of how can an idea be implemented in your business settings. Now, in terms of practicalities, as you all definitely know, we're looking at the timeline of the academic year 2024-2025. You will be getting a Master of Business Administration degree from Newton University. This degree has been accredited by both Czech and international MBA associations. And your study coordinator for this program is Dagmar, who is here with us on this call, smiling and waving at you at the moment. So you have her phone number and an email contact. You definitely have been in touch with her one way or another before meeting me here. And both of us are here to answer any of your questions connected to this program. Thank you very much. Let's see if you have any questions. The floor is yours now. And I'll be really sad if we don't have at least one. Yes, Peter, please go.
Sure. A few not very complicated questions. How many students do you expect in the first run of the program?
Should I answer this, Daria?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. We are planning to have a group of 15 people, approximately.
And as I understand, most of the program could be attended online. Is there some mandatory offline events or sync points, or is it just everything online?
Now, it is hybrid, which means there will be the physical meeting points. You will get the schedule for the full year after the program starts in October, though I think maybe even a little bit earlier before that. So you'll be able to plan for this in advance. From the side of AI specialization, I think there's going to be 2 or 3 weekends, which will be mandatory. Of course, if there are health issues or any other unexpected situation, we can work something out. But the better experience would come from being there in person. And Dagmar, from the MBA core subject side of things, what would be the rough breakthrough? I think also a lot of subjects are in online mode, right?
I believe that majority is in the online mode.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I'll also just highlight that online still means that there will be a physical classroom session happening. Yeah, so it's not like the program is full remote or only online, but those of you based in Czech Republic will highly encourage you to still come and meet the lecturer in Newton in person.
Mm-hmm. I will just add the information that the classroom will be on the campus at Newton University in Prague, which is at Vyšehrad.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. That's fine.
Thank you. Sajid, please.
Thank you so much, Daria, for this presentation. It's really helpful, and also thank you to Dagmar for all your mails for helping me out with this presentation as well. I have a simple question here. The question is like, what is the tuition fee for the international students? As I am from India, so what will be the tuition fee for me? Will it be per year or will it be per semester? And if it is per year, will I be able to pay it in installments? And as Peter mentioned that this will be like, as you mentioned that this will be hybrid, like campus and online as well. So I, being an Indian student, I need a visa for studying in your campus, right? So will I get confirmation of acceptance letter and so that I can apply for visa and all that? Thank you so much.
Yes, Sajid, I've seen your application and I will get in touch personally with you to discuss all this in detail. Probably tomorrow, if that's fine for you.
Sure. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Well, it seems like we don't have any follow-up questions, but if you do, you know where to find me, you know where to find Dagmar, so please don't hesitate to reach out for any additional information to
One
me
quick
connected
question
to.
here, actually. Sorry to interrupt you. Will there be any credit hours scores for this degree, like 60 or 120?
Excuse me, I'm not sure I understood the question. Could you please
Like for
repeat?
every degree, we have some credit score, right? 60 or 120. For master's degree, we mostly have 60, and for bachelor's, we do have 120. So for this, will there be any credit hour score?
Dagmar, I believe that goes to you.
I am not 100% sure, Sajid, so I will find out.
Okay, thank you.
Bogdan, please.
First of all, thank you so much for the very useful presentation. It's very, very attractive and very, very interesting for me to understand better the program of this course. So I have a few questions. And the first one is, what are the conditions to join this program? And the second one is data science or data analysis be a part of this program? Means Power BI or maybe Python tools or something like this.
So there will be a very basic introduction to those, but unfortunately there is not much within the MBA format and program to go deeper into the more technical subjects. There will be a framework program. Oh, sorry, if you don't mind, I'll mute you. Sorry. There will be, the topic of data will be covered in the managerial subject about using data for managerial decision making. And I think it already builds on some familiarity with the concepts of data and types of data. And then within the subject of introduction to machine learning and within the IT project management, we will be looking at the introduction to data science. There won't be Python. There will be the use of low code and no code tools to understand the process of training neural networks and building AI models. But the goal is more to understand the building blocks and the structure of AI models, to understand what are the types of data, what are the requirements of data that goes into the model, which is something that you need to prepare as the playground for your company, for your processes to be able to integrate all the attractive stuff on top of it. And to the first question, Dagmar, please.
Sure. The requirements to start the program is a minimum of 3 years of professional experience with an undergraduate university degree or 2 years with master's degree. And the start of the program that Sajid just asked in the chat is October 19th.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Peter?
Yeah. Also, thank you so much for presentation. Sorry to didn't mention in the beginning. My question goes to the project which we are supposed to do in the end of the program. Will be like a mock-up project, artificial one, or it will be somehow related to real company, real problem?
No, so since we're looking at a rather small cohort of roughly 15 people in the beginning, the goal is to have this project as realistic and as tailored to your practical needs as possible. So it's really not about building mock-ups just to present them in the end and write a few words about it. The goal here is to help you find an opportunity for integrating AI into the field where you work, into a specific company where you work, or just brainstorm it towards something that you'd like to build. This will be the final project, would be the part where we also expect the most flexibility. So if we have somebody who is more advanced and has been working in the field for a while, we can definitely make it, more deep and practical. If there is somebody who is just exploring the field, then we can make sure that it has a lot of value in terms of strategy and managerial expertise, and it is still something that you can bring in into your company to discuss further with the IT, tech, and development teams and still make it happen. It's actually connected with the requirements on a few years of expertise before starting the program. It's not a hard requirement because how do I put it? It's not a hard requirement just for the sake of having a few years gap. The reason for that is that when you work with AI projects, it's one thing is theory and the absolutely different thing is practice. And we want you to have experienced some of the frustration of leading the projects within the companies or difficulties with communicating the conceptual ideas on different managerial levels. And then I think you'll be able to get most of the value out of the program, but also that's where we can tailor your final project as much as possible for you to be able to implement it. But also, since there is a hackathon as a step before actually writing down the program, as I mentioned in the beginning, I expect some of the problems being quite similar around different industries. So depending on the final setup and the background of the students, what I'd really like to do is to put together the cross-industrial teams of looking, for example, at the application for, I don't know, optimizing the pricing or any sort of financial processes in, let's say, pharmaceutical business and logistics. Yeah, so looking at the same technological scope of the projects, but coming from different backgrounds and ideating those. And that will be the starting point of taking your projects into towards the more individual line. Was it clear enough? Does it make sense?
Yeah, thank you so much. That was a very comprehensive answer. Thank you.
Fantastic, thank you. Bohdan, is this the previous question or a new question?
Actually, I have a new question.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you will be able to answer during this webinar, but nevertheless, I would like to find out whether there is an opportunity to divide the cost for this program into several parts of payments. If I can.
Yes, it is possible. I will put links for application where you can see, I think it's up to 4 installments.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Well, I'm happy we had the second round of questions. The audience is warming up, but I think it's around time we start wrapping this up a little bit. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm very happy to receive such kind words from all of you, since I've put a lot of heart and expertise into making this program as fun and useful as possible. And to those who are enrolled, I look forward to seeing you very soon. To those who are still making up your mind, if you have any more questions, please reach out. Thank you all. Have a fantastic evening ahead and see you soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
you.
much.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.